Hello, everybody, and welcome to another edition of Inside Guns with your host, me, the Yankee Marshal. Tonight, I want to bring you all a little legal news because I want to talk about the Kyle Rittenhouse trial. If you'll remember, last week I said I really didn't know enough right now to speak because I hadn't watched most of the footage on what's been going on or read most of the information. But I said the prosecution would have to do an amazing job and come up with some pretty incredulous stuff for me to actually change my opinion, because I admit I've already got an opinion formed pretty much, as I think most of you out there do. Well, I did some catching up this weekend, read a lot of information, watched a lot of video, went through some of the transcript information you can find on the internet, and I'm going to have to say, and I hate to say this, but the prosecution has done an excellent job. I mean, above and beyond. As far as making this look like he's innocent and that it was self-defense is concerned. I am like, wait, which one is his lawyer and which one is the prosecution? Because I've never seen a prosecution do less to make someone look guilty. I mean, I don't understand what they're doing. I'm not a legal eagle. I am no great, what's his name? Darren from Bewitched? Charles Darren? I forget his name. But I just don't understand what they're getting at here. I mean, it seems like every bit of information that they put forward makes it look like Kyle was just some kid who was in the wrong place at the wrong time because he has the judgment of a 17-year-old. And then some people tried to seriously hurt him and he defended himself. Even like the aerial footage. You know, before we knew him and that crazy kid, the crazy guy, I forget what his name is, like Rosenbaum or something, who was clearly something wrong with that guy, dangerously something wrong with that guy. Anyone who watched that footage can see that, especially anyone that has any mental health training. They're like, that's the guy you'd have orderlies around if you were talking to him. So they showed this guy, and we knew that they had a confrontation, but then the prosecution, enters this aerial footage stuff, and then eventually they point out that, Rosenbaum went back across the street and hid in the car lot, and then when Kyle came over, Rosenbaum kind of stalked him, and then came out of hiding and chased him down, and then he got shot. I'm like, is that supposed to be helping the prosecution? I don't understand what they're doing. And this whole argument they put forward of they wanted to show lots of video about what was going on around and showing all the violence and the upheaval and the chaos. And then they tried to use that to say, look, all this was going on. And the only person that killed anyone was Kyle Rittenhouse. So obviously he was doing something horrible. And I'm like, what? That doesn't make any sense. That's like saying, you see this city park? Well, this lady, she got raped in a city park, and as the guy was raping her, she was able to get his gun away from him and shot him and killed him. But now we want to prosecute her, and one of the things we're going to use as to why we believe she should be prosecuted is because there were all kinds of rapists in that park that night. There were women getting raped everywhere. None of them shot the person raping them. So clearly, she did something malicious because she actually shot her rapist. That's what it came across to as me. I mean, like I said, no legal eagle here, but that didn't make sense. I mean, I can almost kind of understand what they were trying to go for, that if all the bad stuff people were doing, Kyle Rittenhouse was worse, but they didn't come across like that at all. And in fact, that whole idea that you would try to show that seems kind of stupid to me. So I don't understand what's going on with the prosecution here. I mean, maybe they're building to something I don't understand. Maybe it's one of those movies where I'm lost all the way through. And then at the end, I'm like, oh, so her boyfriend was actually a golden retriever? I don't know what, one of those weird movies with just a stupid twist at the end. Because I don't see where they're going. In fact, all they've done is convince me that maybe Kyle should just be let off on even the little charges that up until now I believed he was guilty of. Like, trespassing, possession of a firearm while under the age, etc. It almost looks like none of that really matters. Because everything else that was going on there that day that police were allowing to happen, why would you prosecute some kid for having a firearm underage while you're basically, as the prosecution, saying, oh, we were just letting people kind of have free reign and not getting in the way? Well, then, if you're going to let them have free reign, not getting in the way, if you're not prosecuting the people busting out windows of private property and setting property on fire, then why are you prosecuting a kid for being 17 and having a rifle when he shouldn't have had it till he was 18. It just doesn't make sense. It's inconsistent and it shows a bias. So as of right now, I don't understand where they're going with their prosecution. Maybe they themselves are convinced that finding him guilty of anything other than just bad judgment would be a travesty of justice, and they're trying to prevent themselves from being in that situation. I mean, I don't know. But from what I'm seeing so far, the prosecution, like I said, is doing an awesome job of getting him acquitted. All right, with that being said, let's move on to my favorite part of the show, gun talk. And I want to do another product alert. It appears CZ has come out with a set of competition pistols. They're red and blue CZ SP01 competition ready guns. Now, I don't really want to go too much into the specifics of these guns because you can just look it up. But of course, that's how it is with most reviews you see online for guns. You could just look up most of the information they give you. And everything else is just carefully staged shooting, and that never tells you anything. But I want to actually talk about something about these guns, other than the fact that, they're CZ, so they're going to be great quality. They come with an extension that matches the grips so that they are, out of the box, a 21 plus 1 round competition ready pistol, which is a good thing. And like I said, being CZ, they're going to be great quality. But what I wanted to talk about is the grips and the extensions. It seems there's, like I said, a red and a blue. And I'm like, why red and blue? What are they trying to do? Are they trying to be inclusive? And it's like the pistol for Republicans and the pistol for Democrats. You can compete, I guess. I don't know what they're competing on, but I don't want to see a lot of Democrats and Republicans competing in shooting competitions against each other. But it just seemed weird to me that they chose these colors. Because if it is that way, if it is like this is the Republican one and this is the Democratic one, I can tell you which one's going to sell more. I wouldn't produce too many of the blue ones if I was you. Even though there are more people on the left buying guns now. And I think there's probably more people on the left buying guns than we actually know are buying guns. Because I think most of them are kind of ashamed of it. You know how like when you go to an adult bookstore, adult bookstores, kids nowadays won't understand what I'm talking about, but those of you out there close to my age will know, and you kind of, you want to wear your sunglasses and your hat down, and you don't want to be seen, and you wanted your stuff you bought in a brown paper bag, plain brown paper bag. You didn't want it in a brightly colored bag that said pornography on it because you're kind of ashamed of it. You didn't tell people you bought pornography. These stores made fortunes, but no one ever went in them, according to everybody. And it's kind of the same way with guns, with people on the left. So maybe that's what it is. Maybe they're trying to take advantage of the burgeoning Democratic market on guns. But I don't know why they chose red and blue. But it just struck me as odd, especially in such a politically charged time, that it's the red and the blue pistol. But I'm sure I'm reading too much into it. But I just thought it was funny. But like I said, if you're going to run out and get one of these, I'm just going to have to say, if you buy the blue one, you're obviously a Democrat. All right, everybody, before I go here tonight, I want to remind everyone of two things. One, we are still doing the rifle giveaway. It will be awarded on the 11th, Veterans Day. That's only a couple of days from now. I don't know how many days from now it is, but if you haven't signed up a veteran for it yet, if you know a veteran you think deserves a special thank you this Veterans Day in the form of a free AR from Storm & Norman Gunworks, go over to tympistolproject.com. There's a link in the upper corner of this video. Nominate a veteran, and then on Veterans Day, we'll draw a winner, and they will receive a free AR courtesy of Storm & Norman Gunworks. Also, I want to remind everyone that we are now doing Toy Guns for Tots 2021. So if you haven't donated yet and you would like to, please go over to tympistolproject.com, same website, and there is a link still in the upper corner. Go over, donate. I also want to let people know I am trying to come up with something here. Something I can do for people that have donated $100 or more, because a lot of people have done that. So I want to get like a little package together that I send as a thank you to those people. But I'm also trying to get a gun to give away. And at the end, just choose some person at random that donated. And for like every $20 they donated, give them an entry into this. And award a really nice gun at the end. I'm thinking maybe a Staccato. Staccato C2, because I really want one. It'd be nice to buy one and give it away. Don't know what it'll be yet, though, but feel free to weigh in the comment section if you know what you would like for me to give away. The only thing I got to remember, though, is if I'm going to buy a $2,000 gun and give it away, I have to guarantee that's going to generate enough. It's got to generate at least $2,001 worth of donations or it wasn't worth it. So what do y'all think? Should I give away a gun? I think I should. I think it'll encourage more people to give. So, but I want to remind people that we are doing we are doing toy guns for tots over on tympistolproject.com. So please go over and donate. Like I said, I'm going to try to come up with something for people who donate $100 or more, and I'm going to try to come up with a really nice prize. So at the end, we can choose one person, and they'll get a little blast of good karma with a special gift. And with that being said, I just want to go ahead and sign off tonight by saying I hope you enjoyed the show and I hope you come back again tomorrow. And until then, I just want to remind everyone to always carry and stay safe until I see you again.